actual person is, if it's, hey, they can love you as a friend, as a mentor, as a teacher, if you're looking for, really good detailed answers, you need to have really good detailed questions. And that includes, telling your deck just like you would a friend. Hey, do you think that John so-and-so loves me and would want to have a relationship in a loving way, a committed relationship? You wouldn't just say, hey, does so-and-so like me? In what way?
Yeah, true.
In what context? So I think it's just very important that you brought up, for all new readers, formulate those really good detailed questions, write them down and look at them. If it wouldn't make sense saying it to a good friend or even a stranger on the street who does not know you, give them as much information as you can so that your cards can provide you as much information as you can.
Exactly. I'm going to tell you a secret, about journaling. My book was made from my old journal. Everything that it's in my book are information that I have started to write down since day one, 23 years ago. And this is why my book was, when I decided to write the book and to print it, it took a really, small amount of time because I knew what I wanted to put in there and all the information that I needed. I didn't need to look for it. It was there in my journals. Okay, so try to keep track of your readings and you will see that some cards will have a specific meaning for you. For instance, when I do a reading for myself, okay, my wife will be the dog. Okay, don't ask me why. I know it's not a romantic card, it's not the heart, it's not the bouquet, but I believe that she really trusts me and she is my best friend apart from being my wife. So the dog had always, represent her. My little girl, Mathilde, when I do readings, she is the moon. So this works for me, but perhaps it will not work for you. But with practice, you will develop specific, meaning that will trigger only you.
And I think that's a beautiful note. Would you like, since we actually ran over time, which is perfectly okay because I've been so entranced learning, and like I said, this is one of the areas that I've always had an issue with. It was timing and how to look at the cards and figure out, because I listen to way too many people about too many different things. And I think a lot of us fall into that. Stick with one way of doing it. If you're going to learn, the Rana George method, learn the Rana George method. If you're going to learn the, Alexandre Musruck, I'm going to butchering your name and I apologize. If you're going to learn the method that he teaches, learn the method that he teaches. Don't learn them all.
And then choose what works for you.
Yeah, because, if you learn them all, not saying that learning them all is a bad thing, but you tend to cross-reference different styles and different techniques. And you want to make sure, you can do that down the road once you have that solid foundation on one system down pat.
Yeah. And I want to tell people something as well, many people, when they start learning, whatever Lenormand or Tarot, they want to be, they take, models. Like some people want that read Lenormand want to be like Rana George, and other people want to be, like Alexandre, other want to be like Warren Morris. The thing is, we are all different. This is what makes, us successful, if you will, because we know Le Normand, but each and every one of us flavors it at its own sauce. You see? And I believe that there is a place for everyone. You don't need to be like anyone. Okay? If you want to be a good reader, if you want to be a good practitioner, work hard. Things is not magical. Things will not happen, like clapping fingers. You need to give time. You need to practice. You need to really invest. And Le Normand is something that you need to invest time in it. If you don't have the time, if you think that learning Le Normand in 1 hour can happen, you are missing things up. So be yourself, okay? And again, do what makes you happy. And don't get angry with the cards, Don't get angry with your cards in any way. It's a tool, If you have a friend, if you have a best friend, and each time that you meet him, he doesn't tell you what you want to hear, and you get angry with him, this person will no more be your best friend. And with your cards, with your tools, whatever crystal stones, whatever you read from, if you don't respect them, they will not, have a relationship with you. So it's very important to be grateful. This is something that I have learned. The more grateful you are, the more things you get to be grateful for.
That's a beautiful way of looking at it.
Yeah. And it's okay when you have a client, when you have a client, they ask question. It's a good way also to correct their question. Try to put your question in a positive way.
Yeah, I'm a big firm believer in, as a reader, you have a duty and a right to change and modify any question that a client puts to you for more than one reason. One is to get the best answer you can get for your cards. And we don't always get the best question from clients. Sometimes they give us the little short, Reader's Digest version. I just want to know about this. But the other two is we work with our cards, with the spirits that are in the cards, our ancestors, guides, whatever. We need to provide them with as much information as we can in a way that they understand it. So it's important, just like talking with your friend, to provide them with as much information so they can give you that answer that you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. And, when you do like readings, it's very important to understand. I am very picky at this because I've seen, too much reader that tends to take power over their client, and this is not good, when someone sits at your table, they came for a consultation. For a short amount of time, you have the life of this person on the table. You can be of great help, or you can be, a destroyer. I've seen people that have gone to readers and that, coming from there, they had got so wrong information that they had messed their life. Okay? So try to be the more honest possible. And when someone comes to you, they pay you, you must tell all. Even if it's not pretty, but of course you're a diplomat, use, nice words and, be polite and all that. But you need to know that the person had come to you because this person has so much on her plate and she is more of the time desperate and she don't know where to go. And they had trust you. This is why they have taken their car, drive like 2 hours and wait in the waiting room to get their turn, and and make the time that you have with your client a time of quality. And if you want to be prosperous, to continue working and having clients, having these ethics is very, very important. Through 23 years of working with clients, I have never done any advertisement. I never spent any, money in newspaper or whatever. All the people that I read for, and I read a lot, and to many people in different countries. I was recently on a trip. I came back last night from readings for clients from Mauritius, and what works is the word of mouth. When someone knows you and then they refer you back to a friend, to a sister, to a coworker, and living on a small island, if you are a swindler, if you are a scam, people will know it.
Oh, yes.
And with no time, you will have no more clients. You will have the police officers, at your door because you are doing things that are not nice. So when you do a reading, put yourself in the place of your client. What will I do in this situation? What type of help will really help me in this situation? It's not only the person come in and she wants to know, if my husband is trustworthy, or will I get divorced? It's not only giving an answer, it's also giving ways. We can tell the person if they needs, to see an expert, or give them practical help. They came for help. They don't need only the answers, but they need the ways to get out of the trouble, and you are there to provide this type of help. It's not only reading. It's also, it's a reading is not only a reading, it's also a healing.
Yes, I'll agree with that. So as we wrap this up, I want to thank all of our wonderful listeners who, joined in and listened to us today. Would you like to say our final goodbyes for tonight?
Yes, of course. So thank you for all the person who have taken the time to listen to the show, which is a great show, by the way, Michael. You're doing a fantastic job bringing divination on our table. I want to thank everyone, and I hope that the information that I have given you really, had helped you understand the concept of timing and how you can use it in your own practice. Okay? So thank you for being there. Without you, there will not be me, there will not be Michael. It's because of you that we are here. So thank you.
I thank you as well. And tune in next week, same time, same bat channel, 7 p.m. on Thursday. Have a beautiful and blessed night, and we'll see you.